Hey guys, welcome back to another stream or another video of Odd Rhythm Fantasy Sports. I'm Jamie, that's Eli, and we're gonna cover some tight end stuff this in this video here. So have at it, big boy.
Come hither. Come hither. Yeah, I got tight end. You've got a tight end. I've got a tight end. We've all got tight ends. Uh so we're gonna I know, right? So we were actually gonna do this Monday, but stuff happens. As you guys know, I do delivery for FedEx, and the truck took a shit on me. So I was out there later than I expected. So we're moving this back to Wednesday now, and then we'll get to the quarterbacks. I'll be up. Me and Jay will be in the same town, for work. So when I'm up there, so possibly this weekend you get some quarterback stuff from us as well. Kind of be the part two of this, and then into next week. We've yet to decide. I think we'll do at least one of the other skill positions for rookies, though, either receiver or running back, possibly both if we have enough time, and we can put that out as well. But so that's what's on the menu. But yep, tonight focusing on the tight ends, the rookie tight ends. Got Dalton Kincaid, Luke Musgrave,
Woo!
even Josh Wiley. Oh, yeah, bunch of tight ends. Excited, man. And so this won't be a live stream either. So nobody can comment. Nobody can comment. Nobody can. You'll have to watch this later. So after we're done with this, you guys can share it and kind of just have a little bit of if you're drinking coffee, in the morning, you're driving, whatever you're into. If you're laying in bed just watching content, before you get busy, whatever your speed, whatever you're into. If it's you want to put us on before you fall asleep, that's fine too. Uh, so out of rhythm, we cover a lot of different aspects, and you can go back and you can watch all the previous content on Spotify. A couple other platforms as well. And then, as always, like and subscribe. Subscribe to the Discord. Discord. There's some funny stuff going on over on Discord. The conversation between Jamie and our friend Donovan. So things always get a little funny. Always good stuff over there, and it's always a great community. Jamie's heavily involved over there. So if you have anything you'd like to ask Jamie, or me, sometimes I'm on there too. So maybe you'll get a double bonus, get both of us on there, and it's kind of almost like a DM,
Woo!
kind of like a DM for fantasy people, pretty much. Discord. I'm excited, man. I've been waiting to do this all week. Let's get into this bad boy.
Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get into it.
Do it.
Yeah, so we're pretty much gonna
All
we're
right.
pretty much gonna talk about the rookie. What are just our overall thoughts on the rookie tight end class. So we'll just kind of jump into that, and that's kind of Eli will have his kind of his top five for on the year, and I'll have some other stuff too as well. So let's get into it.
Yeah. All right. So I got my graphic coming up here. Wait. There it is. All right. So I didn't do this based on the stats or the results from this past season. So these are my projections going into 2024. So this is how I feel that this past class of rookie tight ends, this is how they're going to shake out. Whether this is how they're drafted, in your fantasy league, or what kind of stats I think they're going to put up next year as well. So that's kind of how I ordered it, because where's Tucker Kraft at? Where is Will Mallory? There's a couple guys that put up decent stats as rookies. You could probably argue to be in this top five as well. But that's why I saw some holes in some of those other guys, and I'll kind of bring them up as honorable mentions here in a second. But I'm going to start off with Sam LaPorta at number one. Obviously, the guy was the number beside the name is where they ranked for PPR points. So Sam LaPorta, he wasn't just the number one rookie tight end; he was the number one fantasy tight end overall. I mean, this guy had a monster season, 10 touchdowns. Need I say more? Lions targeted the guy 120 times. I mean, that's insane. I mean, those are like Travis Kelce, targets levels, and Antonio Gates, the recent Hall of Famer, back in his day. Those kind of tight ends get those kind of targets. Tony Gonzalez, like the best tight ends throughout the past 20, 25 years have gotten those kind of statistics. So Sam LaPorta, and I don't see that changing going into next year. I think Sam LaPorta should stay number one. And Travis Kelce's 34 years old. Mark Andrews is
Yes,
coming off an injury, and Isaiah Likely, I think, is ready to take it. Kittle's, he's going to be on the north side of 30. So going forward, man, I don't see anybody supplanting Sam LaPorta. I think he's going to be the number one fantasy tight end overall, like going into next year. And so I'll leave him there. Number 2, I put Dalton Kincaid. The first round pick. He was the 25th pick by the Buffalo Bills. Had a good rookie year. Very efficient. 73 receptions on 91 targets. I'd like some more tight end or I'm sorry, touchdowns from him. Only had 2, and average per catch is a little over 9, which is a little low. I mean, you'd like that's it sounds a little dirty, but you'd like these tight ends
Dad.
obviously to be averaging 10, 11 yards a catch, somewhere in that range. 8, 9. That's like running back stuff. What they average per catch. So that needs to improve. But going forward, working with Josh Allen, the fact that Stephon Diggs might leave, they might trade him or do something with him. I guess you got Shakur. Probably get a draft a receiver, I would assume, maybe 2. So Buffalo's kind of restock now that Josh Allen's cap hit is kicking in. So I could see Kincaid's influence in the offense going forward to shoot through the roof. I don't think he's going to be quite at LaPorta's level, but I could see Kincaid jumping into top 10 PPR stats for next year, definitely. So you got him, hold on to him, or if somebody's willing to throw him in a trade stupidly, and if you're doing dynasty or keeper or anything like that, I'd be willing to invest in him. And he was the number 16 tight end, that's damn good for a rookie. I mean, I think anywhere in the top 20 for a rookie tight end, because most tight ends as a rookie don't pop. I think if you're anywhere in the top 20 as a rookie, that's a damn good season. Damn good, efficient season. Number 3, Luke Musgrave. I think his numbers would have been even better had he not got hurt. And then obviously Tucker Kraft came in, and Tucker Kraft actually scored more points. I didn't put Kraft in here because I think Musgrave, he's more versatile, I would say. Not quite the blocker Kraft is, but I think in terms of big plays and being able to have 800 to 900 receiving kind of season, I think Musgrave's got more of that potential than Kraft does. So of the two, and Kraft, he's no slouch either. I think Kraft I would put honestly at number 6 or 7. Like if this list was expanded for the rookies, I would probably put Kraft in here as well. But number 3, Luke Musgrave. Like I said, his numbers are going to go, up. He was very efficient, 34 catches on 46 targets, yardage, pedestrian, like in the 300 range, nothing crazy or anything, but got his, you could probably get him too. He's in one of my keepers. He's in the keeper that, or the keeper league that me and Jamie do over on, what am I thinking of? What's that other platform we play on? I forget, but I have him in a keeper league or a dynasty league, and right. Oh, no, it's fine. You guys get the point. Like I'm holding on to him. I'm holding stock in him. Okay, going forward, not letting him go. He's the salt of the earth is what he is. Number 4, Michael Mayer. He was the number 30 ranked tight end this year. Kind of a disappointing year for where he was drafted because he was taken right after LaPorta, like early second round. But some of that had to do with their quarterback situation. I mean, Aiden O'Connell was solid as a rookie, but nothing. He wasn't CJ Stroud. He wasn't any of these top 15-ish kind of guys. So Michael Mayer, and he wasn't going to get a ton of looks when you have Jacoby Myers and Devontae Adams on the outside. That just probably wasn't going to happen. So maybe a new offense comes in or a coordinator, because I think they just hired Antonio Pierce former linebacker that was the interim coach. I think he just took over. So hopefully they get a new OC in there that can kind of build the offense and include Mayer a lot. So he of the guys in the top 5, especially in the top 4, I like him the least. Like going forward, just because of doesn't have an offensive head coach and just doesn't have the skills. Honestly, he should have been taken. After Musgrave. Musgrave should have been, because Dalton Kincaid went 25, LaPorta went 34, Mayer went 35, Musgrave went 42. So Mayer should have been after Musgrave. But yeah, I'll put him at 4 just because his stats warranted that. And, he wasn't as efficient, only 27 catches. Number 5. Now, this is the surprise. This is, I know if we had comments, people would probably be like, what is this guy? What is this guy on something? Why is he talking keepers and dynasty? Because you know what? They're very similar. That happens. Okay. But my apologies. Anyways, Davis Allen, I'm not going to apologize about putting him at number 5 because you want to know why? Hunter Long, who's supposed, because Jay has him as like a tight end 3, which I understand. Technically, that's where he's at on the depth chart. Hunter Long is a scrub, and he's like the number 2 tight end with the Rams. No, I don't even think he put up a stat this year. I barely registered anywhere. Okay, if this was a hurricane, he would have registered on the Richter scale at 0. Okay, no, and then we saw what happened with Tyler Higbee, tore his ACL. So Higbee's going to he'll probably miss some of next season as well. So Davis Allen by default is probably going to be the Rams, starting tight end. He's probably going to be the tight end 1 there, and nobody's going to have him on the radar. You can get this guy cheap. He's probably not going to get drafted. If you're in a redraft league, if you're in a dynasty league, he's probably on the free agency right now. You could probably go snag him up, which I might go and do. I'll have to take a look, but Davis Allen, I would definitely buy stock in because Higbee's getting up there in age. Higbee's going into I think his 8th year, and he's starting to get injured a lot. And we know McVay. McVay is going to make use of the tight end for sure. And Davis Allen, he had a couple flashes. I mean, not a complete scrub or anything. So I like him at number 5. And if I was to extend the list, I would put Tucker Kraft, who's Green Bay's second tight end. They might have a New England situation. Remember back in the day, before Aaron Hernandez started killing people, you had Aaron Hernandez and Gronk. They might have a similar situation in Green Bay where you have 2 stud tight ends. One just happens to be a little bit better than the other one. But they both are probably going to have stats because Green Bay's offense is just shooting through the roof. So I'd put Tucker Kraft at number 6. Had similar numbers to Musgrave, and in less games too. So more efficient. And then number 7. I'm almost thinking Will Mallory, from the Colts, because Mo Alley Cox is getting up there in age, and he's technically above him on the depth chart. Jelani Woods come on, he'll have a couple games where he pops. Yeah. Will Mallory at number 6, so he was the number 6 fantasy rookie tight end on that list. So I'm not reaching too much for that. I think Mallory and you get. I don't know. It might be Minshew. It might be Minshew for the first couple games of next year too, as well. We don't know AR5 status if he's going to be ready to go for the preseason for the start of the 2024 season. So, but we know Minshew can sling it. So if he is the quarterback, that helped Mallory. Being in his second year as well. Let's see. Anybody else on that list worth mentioning? Luke Shoemaker from Dallas. I'm sorry, Jake Ferguson's just too good. Jake Ferguson is a top 10 fantasy tight end. He's too good. Shoemaker's he's just not going to get the targets. Jamie's a Cowboys fan. He knows this. So Shoemaker, I think, is solid, but not enough to go on a top 5 list for this situation. Darnell Washington from Pittsburgh. Pat Freiermuth, another situation where the tight end, he's so much better than Washington. I don't see that turning into anything. Brenton Strange from Jacksonville. That might go down as like a bust. That might be. I don't know if anybody had him in a keeper, or a dynasty league, or had any shares of him at all. Brenton Strange, that's going to be it's going to turn out to be a waste of a second round pick. Evan Ingram ain't coming off the field. That's a top 5 fantasy tight end right there. Okay, and going forward, he's got more years left on his deal. It's not like he's a free agent or they're going to trade him or anything. So Ingram's going to be their featured tight end. Strange had 5 catches, 35 yards. That's pathetic, even as a rookie. Pathetic. Didn't
Yeah.
see hardly any of the field. And yeah, so that's kind of where I'm at with some of these fantasy guys here.
It is. I mean, I wouldn't have actually honestly would have thought that, like how the Lions came out to be this year. LaPorta coming. And it's a proven fact that a lot of these tight ends come from Iowa, which ends up being mostly Kittle, and there's a couple other guys too that end up being a lot of the better
Dallas
tight end.
Clark, remember Dallas Clark from Indy?
Yeah.
Back. Yeah, dude. Yeah, within the past 20 years, you've had Dallas Clark, Pro Bowl tight end with the Colts with Peyton Manning, George Kittle, who might end up being a Hall of Fame tight end, and now Sam LaPorta, who's arguably the best fantasy tight end in the league. That's three fantasy monsters right there.
Well, yeah, they had it was Kittle, and there was another tight end that came out summer. I think it was a couple years ago. They had 2 tight ends that were taken from Iowa that were pretty much legit people. So just kind of looking at the yardage wise here. Sam LaPorta came in. A lot of times a lot of these tight ends are not getting 1,000 yards. Because they're not as useful as most would think. So Sam LaPorta almost 900 some odd yards for his rookie year as a tight end, just plain insane. But there you go with the Lions offense. So overall, Kincaid, was pretty much was the first guy off the board when it came to the draft last year. I think it took him a while to kind of really get going. Kincaid, and with just the Bills just being, I don't know what to really want to call the Bills, because Bills were kind of garbage at the beginning of the year and then kind of put it at the end of the year. So it was really hard to see if Kincaid would be involved in this offense. But he might be a tight end 1, maybe tight end 2. It's hard saying because they have Knox there too as well. So I mean, this might be kind of one of those 1-2 punch kind of things. And
no,
right?
No, don't you say. You remind me of a guy that we used to have on this show who happens to be begging for money right now. not that I'm, not that's any of my business. He say crazy stuff like that. No, Dawson Knox, absolutely not. No, Dawson Knox needs to go. I wish the Bills would cut his ass. No, he's hurt all the time, and occasionally he'll get you a touchdown. But I was gonna close just 1 second on the Iowa stuff. I just slipped my mind too, dude. They had Noah Fant, and T.J. Hawkinson too. I was like, oh my god, that's 5. That is 5.
It is.
Like legit starting tight ends that and a couple of them might end up in the Hall of Fame. Like Iowa is like tight end U. I completely spaced on T.J. Hawkins. I can't believe.
How could you? How could you? He is. Yeah, he is. It's those 2 guys came. I mean, TJ Hawkinson had a little bit better year. And then Noah Fant, but he was in Denver, where Denver wasn't really doing anything. He got a little bit more usage up in Seattle, but I mean they had Will Disley. And so it's just kind of a hit and miss with him. So it kind of hit and miss with them up there. But I mean, just fantasy point wise, you can tell, Sam LaPorta finished it. He actually finished ahead of Travis Kelce. It's we're kind of getting to the point where where it's kind of like the same repeat with the quarterbacks here. All these older quarterbacks are kind of like getting out of the league. You got all these newer, fresh rookie guys coming in, like just like Stroud, AR5, Patrick Mahomes, Justin Herbert, so you got all these new faces. And this is going to be kind of like the tight ends too. We're not going to have, how long, as much as all of us love Travis Kelce, dude, this guy's getting old. So can LaPorta be our next Travis Kelce, or can Dalton Kincaid be our next Travis Kelce? I mean, can Isaiah Likely be the next, Kelce, you know? So I mean, there's all kinds of just, wait, or, as a lot of us would say, the tight ends is kind of a wasteland just because they don't put up a lot of fancy points. So you kind of want your best people, the best available like tight ends that you can get for your team. And then the rest of them are you're just kind of like playing the waiver wire, like, like, like Luke Musgrave and Tucker Craft, you know, the couple guys that were actually kind of drafted, were actually, Sam LaPorta, Kincaid, Musgrave, and Michael Mayer. Michael Myers. I gotta play my little Chucky or Michael Meyer theme song there, but
Michael Myers. Ah, ah, where's he at? Ah,
yeah, my my
help!
soundboard is not working at my soundboard is not
Put on my
working at the
shades. I'm
moment.
scared. I'm scared.
Yeah, but anyways, just an overall, as you can see here,
This is
like
the sound
Sam.
effect, but
Yeah, my sound effects is not working at the moment. Say like Sam Laporta, Kincaid, Luke Musgrave, and Michael Mayer were like the only guys that were pretty well more likely drafted this year in like your drafts this year. Tucker Craft, Luke, a lot of these other guys you can see FA for free agents, so maybe Tucker Craft was maybe the only other guy you probably picked up this year in a lot of your later on down the season when Luke Musgrave did get hurt a little bit here and there. Um, Luke Shoemaker, it was kind of there, kind of here and there a little bit, but I mean, Ferguson was the guy that was kind of actually kind of took over that role. Just backtrack here real quick, just so that everybody can take a look here. At fantasy point wise, Sam Laporta, Kincaid was up top, with the 2-1-2 punch with Musgrave and Kraft. Kraft had just a little bit, a couple more fantasy points. Then you can kind of see it kind of trickles down there a little bit. Kind of, Shoemaker was drafted this year. It wasn't really used a whole lot. So I just kind of trickled down to there's only a few top guys out of this, the top five there, Sam, Dalton, Kraft, Musgrave, Mayer, and Mallory were pretty much the guys you could probably, or not Mallory, sorry. Rick, you can kind of, if you think about the other half of this, Mallory, Shoemaker, if anything did happen to like Ferguson, Shoemaker would be that next guy in line there for um, that situation there. We kind of just kind of went over the free, kind of where these guys went in the draft here a little bit, and then let's get to this part here real quick. I just kind of what I kind of did here quick is kind of looked at the 2022 class, and then we got the 2023 class. So I mean, the Trey McBride didn't really like do a whole lot, his rookie year, but then this year he kind of actually toward the end of this year when they kind of got Murray back, he kind of like, oh bam, kind of just kind of came out of nowhere. Kind of same way with Auden. If you guys look like Isaiah Likely, he could be a tight end 1 or 2. So if Andrews did go down, Isaiah Likely is a good guy to kind of have, especially if in dynasty. He's a good guy to actually have. I mean, so even when he was in his rookie, I mean, he was getting touchdowns. He had actually had back-to-back touchdowns that year. He had a couple of back-to-back touchdowns this year too, as well. Like Jelani Woods and Ogletree were two tight ends last year that, with the Colts, they didn't really know what they were doing. You didn't really have a decipher on who was tight end 1, tight end 2, because he had two rookies last year. So you could kind of get an idea of some of all the highlighted guys, if you're watching video and not an audio. If you want to come back and check out our video here on YouTube, I just got all the highlighted guys, that are tight end 1s from last year, and then all the highlighted guys for the tight end class for this year who actually are the tight end 1s. So kind of gives you a good breakdown of kind of where some of these tight ends are. Is there anything that pops off
yeah,
your
I was gonna follow the script a little bit better, but it didn't happen. Didn't happen. I'm fumbling. I'm fumbling more than Bryce Young. I'm fumbling my words more than Bryce Young. So I obviously went over this past rookie class. I think Will Mallory is is better than Jelani Woods. I do. I know stats don't back that up, and Eli, you're going cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs and what? No, going forward, Will Mallory will be a better mark it down. Will Mallory will be a better fantasy option than Jelani Woods and the Shane Steichen led Colts offense. 2022 draft, obviously, yeah. Trey McBride, second half of the year was like gangbusters. He's top 5 fantasy tight end. Cade Otton, I mean, we just saw what he did in the playoffs. A couple monster
Yeah, he
games
did.
against Philly and Detroit. Had a few good regular season games. No, he's a damn good, regular season. I don't have the stats in front of me for Otton, but I'd say what top
He was actually
17,
top.
18 fantasy tight end.
No, I think he was top 7 or something. Somewhere,
Cade,
I think he was up there. I was just looking at him this
that good.
morning. And I think he was he was in the top 15, I believe.
He said he had a few good games, but I know he's got the potential definitely to be, in that 14 to 18 range for a tight end. It's because the high end of the position is so stacked that it's like it's hard. When we say somebody's the 15th best tight end, that's no like knock on them. I mean, there's a lot of damn good tight ends. Going Isaiah Likely, I think eventually I would move on. I know Mark Andrews is a beast, but you could probably get while he's still younger relatively. I think Mark Andrews will be going into his 7th year. So
probably.
you could probably get some value for him. I'd go with Likely. If I was Baltimore, I'd go with Likely going forward and ship out Mark Andrews, and you probably get a big haul back for him. Jake Ferguson, obviously Jake Ferguson. I was just talking him up to Jay. Like, this guy's a beast. Even Okonkwo, he was the 8th tight end from last year. I mean, Okonkwo was a solid starting level tight end in the NFL. For the Titans. So, some of those guys are scrubs. Obviously, Cole Turner, yeah, just get him out of here. James Mitchell, what? Isn't he on like a UFL roster? Isn't the Rock trying to bring him in? Rock was on ESPN, not the other day or something, and he should be trying to recruit guys like Connor Hayward and James Mitchell. So some scrubs there, and there were some scrubs this past year too. Zach Kuntz, Payne Durham. What kind of stupid name is that? Payne Durham. Cameron Letu from the 49ers. I'll just mention that. He was a 3rd round pick. I'm not going to be too hard on him because he was injured in the preseason. So he missed who knows? San Francisco tends to know what they're doing. So maybe he becomes the successor to Kittle one of these days. Who knows?
Yeah,
so
maybe.
I'll hold off, knocking Cameron Letu yet. He was a good tight end at Alabama. And we'll see if he comes back healthy this year, how they can work him in. But some of these other guys, like I said, Brenton Strange, I think he's going to be a bust. Let's see. Look over on the other side. Dulcich from the Broncos. I think injuries are going to plague him. Going for 2 years, two injury plague seasons, and Sean Payton doesn't put up with that shit. He just doesn't. So I could see him and Taysom Hill's his boy. I could see them trading for Taysom Hill in the offseason or Jawan Johnson. Bring some more Saints in.
Oh no,
I love me some Jawan Johnson. So
that's
kind of how I see these two classes. Of tight ends shaking out here. But LaPorta of the group, if you're going to combine both lists, man, I would put Sam LaPorta 1. Trey McBride, number 2. I would put Kincaid 3. I would put Jake Ferguson 4 and Isaiah Likely 5.
Is that no Buccaneer love?
If I were to combine both classes.
No Otton love for
Cade Otton, I'd probably put at 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Probably put Cade at 7 or 8. I put Musgrave above him. I put Musgrave at 6 for sure. I like me Luke Musgrave.
Yeah. So Trey McBride finished 7th in the fantasy for fantasy points behind, and then Jake Ferguson was 9th. Kincaid 11th. And then we had Kid Otton finished 20th. Chig, he finished 21st. So it kind of gives you a little bit of an idea where some of these guys kind of
Yeah.
finish Isaiah, even though it's
I was
Isaiah
close. We were
Likely.
close.
Yeah,
We were
so,
close. I was thinking.
with Isaiah Likely not really playing a whole lot, he actually was in the top 25 of, tight ends, which is crazy. So I just a little quick
Yeah,
small
he needs to be the 2024 Jay. He needs to be the starting tight end in Baltimore. Baltimore needs to ship Mark Andrews out. Needs
So
to happen.
to kind of wrap up everything here. So Sam LaPorta and Trey McBride, are we going to be drafting these guys in round 1 or round 2 or maybe round 3? That's going to be the question.
Ooh, man. Yeah, I would take. You know what? 12-man league. Let's just because that's the average for size. So let's say a 12-man typical league. I'm taking Sam Laporta, in the spot that Kelce used to go. Because didn't Travis used to go, between maybe 7 to 10, like somewhere in that
Somewhere
rate on
around there.
average.
Yeah, yeah, on average.
Yeah,
Maybe
I
even
think Laporta. He's not. I mean, Travis Kelce is like he's the all-time. He's like the all-time fantasy tight end. I mean to cut you off, but I was gonna say I think he's taken that spot in terms. Like I would take Sam Laporta in the end of the first round. Wouldn't take him in the top 5, or that's negligence. But if I had like the 10th pick, 11th pick in the first round, yeah, I would definitely take Sam Laporta. McBride, probably early third round, like the 20, let's say a 12-man league, what, 26th pick, 27th pick?
sorry, would you take Trey McBride after or before Hawkinson, George Kittle?
I would take Hawkinson over McBride, but I would take McBride over Kittle. I think Kittle, he's got to start. I mean, he'll be 31 years old, I think, to start the next season. Eventually, Kittle has got to start breaking down. And he's had
So
injuries in the past. He was healthy this year, but of the list, LaPorta, of the 4 you just mentioned, I'll let you get into your. But I'll say
yeah.
LaPorta over Hawkinson over McBride, and McBride over Kittle.
Then I was gonna one more here. Trey McBride over Cole Kmet, Jake Ferguson, and Dalton Schultz, and then I'll just put in Dalton Kincaid.
Over all 4 of them. Yep.
Yeah.
Komet, solid. Not Trey McBride. Dalton Kincaid, solid. Not Trey McBride. Dalton Schultz, solid. Not Trey McBride. And I think you mentioned one more.
Jake Ferguson.
Maybe if I'm
Jake Ferguson and
I love me some Jake Ferguson. I think Jake Ferguson's the second best on that list, to be honest. I love me some Jake Ferguson. But yeah, I mean, Trey McBride's going to be a monster, because who the hell else does Kyler have to throw the football? I mean, really.
Yeah.
And if you can get him, dude, if you can get him early third round, if he's still around, that's a steal. You can get him at pick 20. You have an early third round pick or something, like that's a steal.
Yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I was just kind of I was just kind of look forward to kind of like, next year's draft where a lot of these guys, if are a lot of us going to be drafting Laporta heavy over, Travis Kelce, the TJ Hawkinsons, the George Kittle, the main top 3 guys, has he surpassed these guys already? That's what what it comes down to is, are we going to take that leap to be like, all right, this guy's the next Travis Kelce? Are we going to leap over shoulders here to like, all right, this is it. Kelsey's done. Who cares about George Kittle? Who cares about TJ Hawkinson? Laporta's the guy. So I mean, and then we kind of got the after effects of Trey McBride kind of coming in here and kind of like, it's kind of like, okay, is he going to be hit or miss? Did the Cardinals figure out something with Trey McBride finally? With the fact that Kyler Murray came back and they actually were getting their shit together. And that now with the 2024 class coming in, we have Brock Bowers, and we then we actually just covered one of the tight ends here from another, Trey McBride's college, Colorado State Rams. Was it Holker? We covered him. He from the tight, from the Rams. We covered him. So
Yeah. Dallin Holker's coming in. He's like a poor man's draft. Probably we'll probably do a top 5 tight end. Who we think maybe in March or April or something. We'll probably do the top 5 tight ends of the incoming class. But Dallin Holker, we did a college spotlight on, by the way, so go back and watch that on the playlist if you haven't seen that. Dallin Holker is like a poor man's Dalton Kincaid, similar skill set. Poor man's Evan Ingram, poor man's Dalton Kincaid. And obviously Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is the next Trey McBride. He's the next. He's got a little bit different skill set than LaPorta, but he's that next like guy that's like, Trey McBride was the best tight end of the 2022 draft. Sam LaPorta, best tight end of the most recent draft. Next year, Brock Bowers. Brock Bowers is going to be a Kelce. He's going to be a Kittle. He's going to be a Hawkinson. And so, we're the top 5 tight ends is completely going to change. When we're having this discussion next year, I mean, it could be Brock Bowers joining that top 5 list, and Brock Bowers, Trey McBride, TJ Hawkinson, Sam LaPorta.
Yep.
And then, maybe another young guy jumps in there, Jake Ferguson, Luke Musgrave. So we might be completely rid of the Kittles and the Mark Andrews and the Travis Kelce's, all the heavy hitters from the past 5 years might just, it's a new day. And to quote the WWE New Day, yes, it is.
Oh yes, and I think that kind of. So that kind of wraps up.
Yes, it
is. So that kind of wraps up most of our tight end talk for today. I think it was a good conversation. Kind of look at some of the guys from the previous year to this year, and then just a small little teaser for the 2024 class coming in. So we'll probably end up talking about them a little bit too. We're gonna pretty much get into like finish up the 2023 class of QBs, running backs, and wide receivers, and then I kind of want to talk a little Senior Bowl and a little Shrine Bowl as well here too. So those are some things that are kind of on my agenda to kind of talk about, so we can kind of prepare for our 2024 drafts coming up too as well. So that's kind of another agenda that I want to talk about for Dynasty guys out there as well. So
yeah, and looking forward to that. QBs are up next. So we'll be talking about that bum Bryce Young. We'll be talking about CJ, Aiden O'Connell, guys like that. So if you're a fan of any of those teams and think any of these rookies got a future in Dynasty or just in general, tune in, and that should be coming up hopefully sometime this weekend and then into next week. We don't know what we're going to do first, between receivers and running backs. Obviously, Senior Bowl, love to talk about that as well. Some pick six. So we got plenty of ideas, plenty of content. And like I was mentioning earlier, the incoming rookie class, we'll be getting, March and April, before the draft, we'll be bringing in some of those guys too, and having top 5 lists, top 5 quarterbacks coming in, Caleb and Drake May and guys like that. Top 5 receivers coming in, Malik Neighbors, Harrison Jr., Keon Coleman, guys like that. So that's down the pipeline. But yeah, in tight ends too, I forgot to mention, I got to give some love to David Njoku. There's a renaissance of tight ends. There are guys we didn't even get into. Evan Ingram a little bit, but like David Njoku, didn't even mention him. Just studs everywhere throughout the league, and it's just going to keep getting better. With obviously Brock Bowers coming in and what Sam LaPorta is going to do in the future, and Luke Musgrave, he has a full healthy season. Let's see what he can do. And yeah, so, if you guys liked any of our previous stuff or haven't seen it, or Dallin Holker, I just mentioned him. He's on the college spotlight list. Jay has a whole playlist over on YouTube. So go and, if you want to find, a little sneak preview of maybe a 5th or 6th round tight end that might pop. He might be Isaiah Likely. Isaiah Likely was a late round pick, and he, just now he's popping in year 2. So and he's probably gonna have a monster AFC title game and maybe Super Bowl, and everybody's gonna know who Isaiah Likely is. So Dallin Holker, go check him out. And Discord, I mentioned that earlier when we first started the stream. Spotify, Google, Apple, we're on a bunch of different platforms, man. I sound like John Gruden. I sound like every sentence got to end with man.
Yeah, right. Yes. All that stuff will be in the description below. Yeah, come over, join our Discord. If you want to, get a hold of us and just pop in and talk some just sports in general, whatever's on your mind at that time. Come in and jump in. Give us a like, give us a subscribe here for help us out a little bit, grow our channel a little bit more. Yeah, and I'm trying to remember what else. There was something else that just kind of blew my mind, but but yeah, just come join us. Oh yeah, I was gonna say, come leave some comments down below. Yes, I literally just woke up before we started recording this too as well, so it's kind of like, yeah. Oh my god.
Maybe Jay should have taken some of the stuff I was taking.
Right. But yes, yeah, make sure you comment below when we get this video uploaded, and want to hear from your thoughts as well. But yeah, other than that, I don't think there's not much else for us to really say at the moment. But yeah, just make sure you follow, like, and subscribe to us and all of our platforms. Everything will be in the description below too as well. So yes, make sure you guys come join us, join the party. We already told you what's going to be coming next, so come join us. So we'll catch you guys later. So I'm Jamie.
It's a party.
And then and that's Eli. So we will catch you guys next time from Odd Rhythm. I'm Jamie. That's Eli. Catch you guys later. Peace.